hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, I was a little lost the last 2 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why?
I didn't know what numbers we were.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Because we were ahead.
Uh-huh.
We're now ahead one
week.
One week.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it confused me a little.
That'll happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good stuff. What was last week?
I don't remember. That's not good.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's the way we live here.
You know what? There's nothing in the movie theaters right now.
Hold on. Let me scan my brain because I don't want to go to movie theaters at all right now.
Yeah,
There's
because
nothing.
yesterday
Uh-huh.
I got invited to the movies, and I
Yeah.
said, "Well, what do you want to see?" And then we went to the thing. They're like, "Oh, there's nothing really."
So you went all the way to the theater?
No, we looked on the
Oh.
on the app, whatever.
Yeah, no. I would be like, yeah, make sure you check.
Yeah, no, we looked and there's nothing.
What's come out?
I mean, it's Furiosa, but I'm not really whatever.
You're not a Mad Max guy.
No, I mean, I like that last one. The Fury Road was cool.
Yeah.
But I think I saw it too late. I think I saw it after the hype. I saw it in the theater, but I was like way after.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing like, yeah, it was cool. Like, but I think I went into it thinking like everyone's saying this movie's amazing, and I was like, it was alright. It was cool.
It was fun.
Yeah,
It was entertaining.
This Furiosa one, I don't know. This doesn't catch my appeal.
As a big fan of the original two, I and Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thunderdome.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was watching when I watched the Fury Road.
Yeah.
And as far as Furiosa goes, that movie should have came out a long time ago.
Yeah, that was like what 8 years ago or shit, right? Like the long.
And they promised us that back then.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like I don't really care as much anymore.
Yeah, like because you know what it was
Yeah.
because this is really interesting behind the scenes thing about making Fury Road, and it originally it was just gonna be a Furiosa movie because it was
kind of
right. But then they were like, oh no. He kind of like hid the fact by saying it's a Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
And the original plan was to bring Mel Gibson back, and that was gonna be his swan song. It's like, he's like, he's old.
He's gonna blow him up somewhere along that way.
Yeah. And
it would be Mad Maxine.
no, but then that was the whole thing. It was gonna be like your like Trojan horse of like oh, it's a Mad Max movie, but oh no, it's really about Furiosa, right? But then what ended up happening was like Mel Gibson didn't want to do it or something.
No, he went crazy.
Yeah. And so then they ended up fucking getting. Which I think that was the mistake of that movie was the getting Tom Hardy because then you're like, oh, he's the new Mad Max, interesting. No, he's just there. He's just like he should just fucking scrap that. It's probably the studio thing. The studio thing was like, no, you have to have fucking Mad Max in this movie.
You said it was a Mad Max, so give me a Mad Max.
Yeah.
And they strapped to the thing at the beginning. It's like,
yeah. If they were gonna do that shit to Mel Gibson, that'd been weird.
strap him in the front of a car and just
Weren't they like feeding off of them? Like they had them hooked up to like IVs or something. They were, like,
they eat their
blood or whatever, or like some shit. Like I don't know.
It's the post-apocalyptic war. What do you want?
Look cool.
It did.
Look cool.
It really did. Like I love those cars. That the whole scene where they're going back and forth. It's so staged.
The fucking
and stuff.
guitar with the fire.
Don't get me started on that shit.
But Furiosa, like I don't know what it is. It just doesn't like appeal to me. Like I'm just like I didn't like that movie enough to be like I want to see another one. Like I'll probably watch it. It's gonna end up on Max at some point
When it's on Channel 13 reruns.
Yeah, I'll watch it at some point, but I'm just not rushing out to see it.
Edit for TV.
Yeah. What else is that? Like fucking Garfield?
Tale of Two Kitties?
No, Chris. Not Pine.
I forgot what it was called, but but Chris.
It's just Garfield.
Yeah. Is this Garfield the movie
It's
again?
Garfield the
It's a revamping of the original Garfield the movie with what's his name, Bill Murray.
No, it's not Bill Murray. It's just his name. Fucking Star Lord.
Chris Pratt now.
Chris Pratt. There you go. Yeah. Which is weird because I think everyone complains about how they keep giving him all the roles, or whatever. But my only issue is that, like he doesn't do voices. It's just his voice. like Garfield sounds like fucking Mario, and like vice versa. Like there's no like do a fucking voice. Like,
no, he won't. It'd be horrible if he did a voice. Have you ever heard him try to do a voice?
I mean, I guess, but it's like, why keep casting him then? Like it's not
because
like
no one else is doing it.
He doesn't have like a recognizable like Bill Murray. Like that's fucking Bill Murray. Like you know.
And then when you remember those old Garfield cartoons, they had Bill Murray's voice, even though it's a guy that
the guy did. Well, but with Bakeman in the Ghostbusters cartoon, right?
Yeah. Well, he's a substitute.
Yeah.
He's a substitute Bill Murray.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they've ever met.
Probably.
That'd be cool.
That's so weird, bro. They keep switching roles like that.
And they've never met. Imagine they've never met. That would be even weirder.
He probably hires them to like answer his phone and shit. Like,
that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that movie.
No. No Tale of Two Kitties or no Garfield. What else was there?
That's about it, really. Like there's a movie coming out that I feel like it should have been out like years ago at this point because they keep showing, and it got nominated for the Academy Award. It was like that,
but it's never come out yet.
The fucking it's an animated movie. It's like a dog and a robot. Like best buddies.
Oh man, yeah,
that comes out this week.
Well, finally,
yeah,
after 8 years.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah,
I kind of want to see that, but then like I saw the critic review, and then they're like, "Oh, it's really fucking sad." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't want." Well,
you don't. When they put a cartoon movie on the theater, it's gonna
be sad. Yeah,
it's gonna be sad. You know, there's no such thing as a happy fucking cartoon movie. From Pixar to,
It's another thing. Like, was it the fucking Inside Out 2 comes out, right? And I saw the trailer for that. I'm like, oh, okay, I might check that out. But then I started reading this whole thing about how like they didn't all come back, like the voice actors.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, what? And then like once I found that out, I saw like a clip, and I'm like, oh, that sounds weird. Like it seems like it's like one of those old school Disney like direct to video, or like it's like, oh, it's so and so from Full House now, right?
It's Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah. It's not fucking that celebrity you knew. Like, like, so like, I was like, you know what? Like,
is that why they didn't push it as hard this time
they're
around?
pushing it. Like,
really?
I've seen ads on the buses and shit.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. But I don't know. Huh? I like that movie. The first one was cool.
No, solid.
Yeah, but
I can't see myself. I was watching another one.
This was gonna be fucking sad too, right? Because like, the first one was sad.
From Pixar to whatever.
Fucking Bing Bong, man.
You got to bring that up, don't you?
Yeah.
You got to bring that up. That guy did nothing wrong. He just tried to help.
Yeah, and he died.
He died.
He died for his sins, right?
He died for joy.
Mm-hmm. That's so sad. But that's coming out. I don't know. Well, until like Deadpool, I don't really know anything else is coming out.
And that's at the end of July.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Quiet Place. Kind of looking forward to that. That looks cool.
Oh, prequel?
Yeah, but at the end of June or something.
Oh, so we still got time.
Yeah.
Are you sad that this is happening with the movie theaters?
I mean, it kind of makes sense though because of the writer's strike and all that. Like, so they probably
it's catching up now.
Yeah, that's gonna be the problem next year. Is that we're gonna get a bunch of just nonsense. Like, there's gonna be so many movies coming out like every week. You know, it's like, because they're like, well, we have them, we gotta put them out. Like,
Yeah, but it's gonna be quality stuff.
I don't know, man.
Popeye and the fucking Sinbad series.
I don't know, man. I'm a little worried.
Remake of Asterix and Netflix specials and
that's on Netflix, right? The Asterix live action movie. I'm kind of curious, but I'm like,
I will pull the trigger, but not yet. I gotta be really fake, man.
Yeah, right. And then, I don't know, man. I don't know about the rest of this year either, because it's like, Venom. There was a Venom trailer. Looks fun.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
I don't like. I like those movies, but not because like they're amazing. They're just like silly and they're fun and like It feeds my inner '90s comic fan.
Do your '90s Venom voice does not sound like that though?
Yeah, it's true.
But
it's the thing though. I remember when that first Venom movie came out. Like people complained about that movie. Like they would come into the store and be like, "Oh, it's so silly." I'm like, "Yeah." Do you remember the '90s Venom comics? They were fucking silly.
Brains.
Yeah, like he was just goofy and shit. Like
it's when he brains.
That's all he wanted to do.
That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah. Looks fun.
And I don't think the people understand that.
No.
And they just want, it's cool Venom. He's black symbiote.
Like
it's a thing
big
with the
monster.
Joker. Yeah, like it's a Joker syndrome with Venom.
Like that movie's coming out this year. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'll check it out.
You're gonna go watch it.
Okay.
You're gonna wear a nice suit.
John's a big Lady Gaga fan, so
Don't use it as an excuse. You can't use her as an excuse.
What's it?
I have to go with her because Lady Gaga. You have to because
go on the altar of Gaga, right?
Always praise that woman.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
that. I have no hidden that I was not a fan of that first one. Like, I just was like, that's all right. Like,
but you're gonna have to go see it before Tom, Dick, and Jerry come to that fucking door and tell you how amazing that movie is.
Batman comes out and like,
or is alluded to in some weird way.
Yeah. That's coming out this year. Fucking Craven's coming out this year.
Yeah, we've already discussed Craven in length several times actually.
What else? That's about it, right? I think. Yeah.
we gotta start making our movies then.
I think so.
You know,
like that AI app I sent you. Yeah.
You can make our own whatever movie. Just feed it the thing.
Dude, I went fucking down a rabbit hole on that. I was very curious about it. It's fascinating. It's sort of bullshit. Like it's like I get why people are so upset about it. Like I get it, but there's so many people that are gonna fucking do this shit.
Yep,
it's gonna happen,
and they're gonna tons of views, tons of likes.
Because all it is, it's fucking new YouTube. That's all it is. Like you know, like
dude, we don't have to work again. Be like, do me a podcast about these subjects, starring this guy and this guy, and that's it. They'll do it for us.
Yeah, talk about Venom.
Talk about Venom.
Yeah, like I did a deep dive on it. It was interesting, but then but attached to that was other stuff about AI, and I think people don't understand what that means. You know what I mean? Like I think like it's quickly becoming that umbrella term of like, I don't like that. That looks like AI.
Oh,
I don't like, you know what I mean? Like,
but you can't do that because AI is certain, obviously a thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
it can't be like woke.
Yeah,
you know, it can't be like canceled.
But that's what it's becoming though, because like I just rewatched Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
and there's this whole thing about machine learning.
Yeah,
and that's what we're really talking about. We're not like AI. Like when people think AI, they think fucking Terminator, or they think like, right?
Yeah,
and then like, especially with the news right now, they think, oh, it's replacing jobs, this and that. But in reality, like, yeah, I mean, if you abuse it, that's what it is. And yeah, you shouldn't be fucking making artwork with it. Like you know,
it's too easy.
Yeah, like
that's a thing that we know it can do it. We know it can't get fingers right.
Yeah,
let's move on. Yeah. Let's go fucking solve cancer.
Shit,
you know.
And the thing is, like, I think the difference is like AI has become such just a bad word. Yeah. That when you think about it, like machine learning, like. Dude, machine learning, like people don't understand what that means, but the easiest thing is like, oh, you fucking text enough, your phone figures out like, oh, you're gonna say this, like, you know, that's all it is. Like,
it's on your phone right now.
Yeah, it's always been a thing. It's just, you know, I just think people don't understand what it is. And
should we stop calling it AI?
We probably should. I mean,
artificial intelligence.
Well, I think the other thing too is that I was reading this article and it was interesting that like. I think that the head of Sony said, like, oh, we're going to be using AI in all our movies now, right? And people got upset. But at that point, I think he was saying it because there's a bunch of old people that run these studios. And there's a bunch of old people that finance these studios. And they're like, oh, AI's hot right now. They said they're going to do it. We're going to give them more money. Like, that's all it is. Like, you know,
it's a cash grab.
Yeah, it's not like...
And if they do, it's going to be like to clean shit up. It's not going to be like, oh, AI make the movie for me. Yeah. And if they do, well, I kind of want to go see that.
It's a horrible fucking experiment, right?
Yeah, I mean, speaking on that, after that thing, I kind of went on my own rabbit hole of how to tame the wild beast is known as AI. Google has courses you can take. You know, so you can get a job. Apparently, jobs in AI are already starting at $50K a year.
Oh wow,
it's not bad, right?
Become an AI fucking specialist.
You know how long it's gonna take you to become that?
Like 8 months or.
Dude, they have certifications on like how to become a project manager, IT, 3 to 6 months. You know, they have all these certifications that last months. 10 hours.
Wow.
10 hours to get certified as an AI. It's like entry level AI.
But see, that's
through Google.
But see, that's interesting though, because does that mean?
And it's certified, like it's ETML or some bullshit certified. So it's official.
But see, that's interesting though, because do you think that means that we just don't understand it enough that we're like, we're gonna teach you everything we know and we don't know a lot, or it's that easy? Like, you know, like
yes and yes.
Yeah.
I believe yes and yes. I believe we don't know enough.
Yeah.
As the general public about it. That's what we're kind of generalizing it and just poo-pooing it before we even know what it can do for us. Yeah. Did I tell you about my coworker who was doing reports using AI?
Yeah, the chat GTP. Whatever.
It was fucking helping them do reports at work. And they kind of like looked the other way when they kind of found out about it. He got in trouble, but they kind of like, you know what, keep doing it. And when he stopped doing it because he had to move out of state, I kind of took over the role, right? All I did is get his stuff that he did already and just put the newer numbers in. And just, but I didn't use ChatGPT. I just used his old templates that he got from ChatGPT. And just use that. Yeah. But I was thinking to myself, well, why can't I use this shit? I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. Again, it goes to the same. I don't know enough about AI to be like, hey, ChatGPT, what should I do next? Or whatever the fuck. But I know enough to know that I could take a 10-hour course and be certified to work as an AI guy.
AI specialist.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
interesting.
I have like, I downloaded that Grammarly.
Okay.
And just because I was like,
you suck at grammar?
Something. Well, the thing that's interesting about it is like when you write an email or whatever, right? Like you run it through the Grammarly thing, and it'll tell you like, oh,
run on sentence.
Well, it does that, but the thing that it blew my mind, I haven't fucking buckled it yet, but it says like, oh, do you want this to sound more friendly? Do you want this to sound more direct? Do you want this? And I'm like, oh,
more PC.
That's fucking interesting. Like, you know, like
use the right, you know, okay, that's weird. But at that point, it fucks up your writing or your voice.
Yeah,
you would say,
totally changes, yeah. But then the thing too is that like, that's the thing. I don't think AI is a bad thing when it comes as a tool. Like you're using it to like fucking fix. I think it's a bad thing when you're like, we're gonna replace everything.
When you're relying on it.
Yeah, that's not good, you know.
Yeah, and again, all of these AI art that we've been seeing, it all has the same kind of flavor to it. You know, there's some that, you know, they try to dumb it down, make it a little more simple and all that. Yeah. And those are the better looking ones. Yeah. There's ones that are too flashy. It just, to me, it's just like, dude, what kind of psychedelic mushroom trip are you going through, dude? No,
I mean, I get it. And I think, like, you know.
It's going to help once we understand it more. Yeah.
You know? That was the whole thing. There was a bill on in like San Francisco law. And they were going to use AI to, like, figure out, like, the homeless problem, and then she got voted no because they were like, fuck that, like, yo, because it's just AI. They were like, yo, and it was like, no, it's just like, there was an article that I thought was really interesting, was that someone posted that, like, in theory, AIs could replace freaking CEOs.
Oh yeah. And
I was like, that's fucking interesting, because it's like, it makes a lot of sense, because
they make the executive decisions,
and then you're not doing it through emotion. You're not doing it through greed. You're just like, you know,
what's best for the company.
You tell it, like, we need to save money, but we also need to do this and like, it'll fucking figure it out. Like, you know, we're like, nowadays, especially these movie companies, you tell them we need to save money. All right, let's just cancel these movies, and then so I need to protect my fucking bonus and shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's not gonna do that shit.
Doesn't have a bonus. Yeah, you know, the nerds that control it have the bonus. Oh man, going back to nerds again. Yeah. All right, fine. Yeah. I mean, I've tried to mess around with it. I've had it written some scripts for me for work, and I mean, at the end of the day, the scripts that I wrote aren't that different than one script I would have wrote myself. It's a little more professionally looking, as compared to my piece of shit. So for shit like that, I mean, I know what I'm doing and I know it's correct. So at that point, why not make it look a little more presentable?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a tool. Like, it should be used as a tool, like, not a fucking replacement or stuff. You know? Like, honestly, like, I think it's funny because in reality, people are afraid of, like, oh, you know, writers are gonna lose their jobs and artists are gonna, But like, realistically, like, accountants are gonna lose their jobs. You know what I mean? Like, like shit that we just, you know, like, AI do this for me, like, yo.
When it happened with the tax people after TurboTax going free online, gone. Yeah, there was a lady my mom used to go to every freaking year and gone. Yeah, you know, insane.
So like, you get AI, just be like, AI, fucking figure out my taxes.
Oh, like, no problem. You owe the government this much money. No, fake them for me. Yeah, AI. Fuck them up.
Cook the books. AI,
right? It's a tool.
Yeah, it's a tool.
And if the government comes out, oh, why you have this number? AI told me.
AI fucking did it.
I can go to jail. AI can't go to jail.
Send it to jail.
Send it to jail. Canary M burn.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. And all these are Instagram right now. The whole thing with Instagram, they're all scared of they're putting their pictures up there.
Yeah, because it literally tells you, like, it's gonna be fed into fucking
the algorithm.
That's fucking ridiculous, man.
I had a discussion with somebody about that, and I just told them, I mean, Instagram, you shouldn't really be putting your own art up there anymore, but still be promoting there. You can still be like, I will be here. You know, it's a place to socialize. You know, it's not a place to go sell your wear and tears. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
But just, you know, it is what it is now, man.
Yeah.
AI.
It's fun. Can't wait. I'm going to take the 10-hour course.
Do it.
It's like $45 or something.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's like, it's a good price, you know? And I think they have like what do you call that when you get like scholarships or whatever?
Oh,
like you get it paid for or whatever. I'd say I could apply for that, you know. I was eyeing this project manager for one, but like it's 3 to 6 months, so I could be an AI technician in 10 hours.
10 hours,
fudge. $50K a year.
Just fucking talking to the computer. Hey, get to work. You'll be George Jetson, fucking pushing the button. Fucking pushing the button.
Just pushing the button every day.
Yeah.
And then my boss, a little short man.
Jetson.
Get to work. See, Senor Space Lane. Yeah, Jetson.
Yeah.
We should be living in the Jetson time.
We're getting close, I think.
Hey, you think AI is going to help us?
No.
Fuck.
We're just going to get fucking clanky robots. And
I don't know, man. I'm not tired of AI yet, but I just don't know enough to make a conscientious decision to say, yes, welcome our overlords, or no, get it away from me.
I mean, just fucking Matrix already, man. It's fine.
I want to, dude, but like I try to wake up and nothing happens. No. You know, I try to find the key masters that you fucking get me through the doors and shit. I can't figure it out.
Well,
you know,
still time.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping for that deja vu moment when I realize, oh shit,
the two cats.
Yeah. Hey. Oh shit. And then I'm like, I need guns.
Yeah.
And then what's his name? Fucking Morpheus is gonna show up.
Yeah.
What's his name? Samuel L. Jones.
No, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. They're the same guy.
They're not the same guy.
No, once his motherfucker Mark.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I watched fucking Batman Begins.
Why?
It was on the fucking Max, and I was like, "Do you want to watch Batman Begins?" And I'm like, "Sure." Right?
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't say I want to watch it.
No, it said it. You know,
do you want to watch it? It said, "Do you want to watch it?"
Yeah.
And you said, "Sure."
Yeah. And I put it on.
Thanks, AI.
It was suggested. I was like, "All right."
That's AI.
Yeah.
You know, AI knew that you wanted to watch it.
And I haven't seen that movie in a long time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot fucking Morgan Freeman is fucking Lucius Fox and shit." I'm like, "That's cool."
Wait, it's not Lawrence Fishburne?
No, it's Morgan Freeman.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hello, Batman.
The only thing that I was just like, I was watching this, I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And then I remember like
spelunking.
Yeah. And then fucking what did he get him to talk anti-toxic for the fear and he's like, I was doing some raver fucking drugs.
Spelunking.
Like I am in the minority of like I am not the biggest fan of The Dark Knight. Like I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think I like Batman Begins better. Mm-hmm. And then the other one, I'm not a big fan of the Bane one.
I escaped the hole.
Like it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Like it's just like there's a lot of like logic where it's like, oh, I guess like like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that one.
For that one, I just get to the break into the background. You know, and then he still survives. So I was kind of disappointed.
Fucking gets cured by like hanging him from a rope or whatever,
lighting him straight. Whatever,
but I think Dark Knight was like that moment where like they're like, oh, Nolan, you could do whatever the fuck you want, you know, like because I think post like Memento, I don't like Nolan movies, man. I can't get into Nolan movies anymore.
Some Mementos you're cut off.
Yeah, even that one, I'm like, this is a little fucking weird.
Well, I think it's supposed to be weird. That's like my favorite one.
Yeah, it's good. It's interesting, but I just think like I post that, like, I just can't get into it, man.
Yeah, because you have to watch it backwards.
Yeah. But fucking, you know, like all like I still haven't seen Oppenheimer.
No, me neither.
Not interested.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm just like,
how many movies of the atomic bomb can you want? You know, there's only one I like.
My fucking
Doctor Strangelove.
Oh, I was gonna say like Godzilla, the first one.
no. Even that one's kind of like overrated.
Yeah.
You know. Go Godzilla.
Yeah. I think because I stopped watching Nolan movies, and then like during that whole weird time when it was like the pandemic, and then Max had the same day as theater or whatever, right? I watched the fucking Tenet.
I still watched it. I have no.
And I was just like, I guess. Yeah. Like I like that dude. I like that actor. Like, you know, like that.
Is that Morgan Freeman?
No, it's
Denzel Washington.
His son. David Washington, I think his name is.
It's not Denzel. It's his son.
It's his son.
He has a son.
Yeah.
That acts.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Did you ever watch that show Ballers? The looking with the Rock.
In passing.
Oh yeah, he's like one of the main characters on that show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. No, in passing, or whenever someone had it on, I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
He looks just like him.
No, he resembles him, but like, but no.
Well, I remember the poster. The poster, I thought it was.
No, it's not his son.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Some people being racist kind of looks like him.
Like, oh, he has his son.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Anyway, yes, all right, cool. I didn't watch any of it. That movie, Tenant. It's not Inception, right?
No, but it's very Inception.
Yeah,
like,
that's all.
It's like it's like a time travel thing, kind of. It's like
that you can't look to the left because if something happens, so then the right
no,
happens. No,
like so basically, there's like these there's like two timelines, and you can go into the timeline,
and you can shoot bullets through the timelines or
yeah,
something.
no, yeah, sort of. So you go to the timelines,
Yeah.
but when you go into the other timeline, time is moving backwards.
Yeah.
And you need to have an oxygen thing because the molecules are different, and that if you can't breathe,
it's sucking it out instead of going in.
Yeah.
Right.
But then it's like you can manipulate one timeline by going to the other. I don't know. It's fucking.
Was it written by AI?
It might have been.
What movie's the one that's being like said? Oh, this shit was written by AI.
Oh, fucking. Well, they said fucking was it Madam Web, right?
Yeah, that was one of them.
That was one of them.
Well, I mean, that was just bad.
Yeah.
Bad writing.
Bad writing.
Yeah. You can't blame AI for that.
Yeah, you can.
You get
like.
So you got to proofread it, don't you? Because you still have to read it.
No, you don't want to pay the dude to fucking proofread it. So it's just like, here you go, Dakota Johnson, and go make this movie. Yeah,
go be weird.
It'll be weird. She's a weird actress, man.
Leave her alone.
She's a weird actress.
I think she's a fine actress.
She's a weird actress.
Not my cup of tea, but she's a fine actress.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man.
Like I'd like to go and get high with her one day.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that.
She's Don Johnson's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah. Melanie Griffith?
Yeah.
And fucking, she was raised by Antonio Banderas.
Famously. She calls him Poppy.
She calls him Poppy. So weird.
Yeah.
So weird. Hollywood's so fucking weird. Weird. Bunch of weirdos, man.
I mean, at one point I thought of joining Hollywood. I would become an extra in the background. There was a time when I was going to lose this job, right? I thought to myself, why not me? Why can't I just become an extra? Extras get paid okay, you know? You know, as long as there's work, right?
No, but now they just fucking scan you now, just like
they put you in the background.
Here's like $1,000, and now you're fucking in
this movie all the whole time.
All the Adam Sandler movies and shit. Like,
oh, dude, that's just weird, dude. The fucking
like, there's that guy.
Yeah, the background.
The background.
You seen that? Also an AI thing they're doing, putting people digitally in TV shows, and we didn't even notice. We don't notice.
No.
We just give up the fucking manifestation that is this reality and just like, move on to the next.
I think that's the twist of the whole thing. That we realize that we're all in AI.
We've always been in AI. This whole time we're in some dude's subconscious.
Oh
no.
There's a movie on Hulu, I think.
Oh.
And it's about the real life Truman Show.
Okay.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I looked it up and then I saw a trailer for it. Dude, so apparently before the Truman Show came out, the movie, in Japan.
Oh, no. Yes. That poor guy, dude.
They fucking had him naked for like fucking months. And he was just like, he had to win all his like food and all his like, they made a movie about it. Well, not a movie. It's a documentary about it.
Yeah. He went nuts.
And they show like the fucking, like the creator of the show. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, we didn't tell him that we were going to show this, we are going to show that. Like, he wouldn't have agreed to it if we told him. And like, And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
They just give him newspapers, those scratchers, and he had to win all his food.
He had to win all his food. He had to win, he had no clothes,
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
And not just that, when it ended, they put him on another one. And yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah.
It's fucking, I get it. They're weird with the game shows, but
that's like Japan though, right? They do the hardcore fucking game shows.
But those were years, dude. Those were years. This guy was living.
Yeah, he was there for like was it 2 years or something like that? It was something like that. It was like 18 months, something like that. I was like, and then when they moved him out, and then they fucking dropped the walls, and it was like the live audience. He didn't know, like, like that's fucking nuts, man.
What movie is that? There's a movie that came out, and it had kind of the same premise. Yeah. And at the end, it was like a Black Mirror, one of the Black Mirror episodes.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I don't know, but it was like the whole premise was it was a town.
Yeah.
Right? It was Black Mirror. And it was at the end, it was a fucking game show. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, it's funny that now they're talking about this whole like AI streaming service. In the last season of Black Mirror, there's an episode with Salma Hayek.
Right.
Well, that's basically what it's about. It's like celebrities, you fucking sign your likeness away.
Yeah.
And they can make AI shows, and
with you in your physical appearance.
And then, but the whole thing was that these AI shows were based on actual people, and so the episode is about this woman realizing they made a show about her life.
Oh boy, sorry, Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek, and so like she tries to get out, and they're like, no, like your employment contract says that we could do this, like
yeah.
So she decides to fucking like ruin the show. And so she goes and she takes a shit in a church. like in the middle of a wedding. She takes a shit in the middle of a church, and then Salma Hayek fucking gets. She's like, "What the fuck is this?" Like she's all mad.
I'm not gonna do this. Yeah,
and she's all pissed off.
Yeah.
It's this whole thing where, and then they tell Salma Hayek like, "Oh, you fucking sign your likeness away." Like
you have to do it.
You have to do it. Like, no, but she's not even doing it. It's just an AI projection of Salma Hayek
doing what this lady was doing. Yeah. Oh, what? Yeah.
It's fucking interesting, man.
I didn't because I didn't watch that one.
And then there's this whole thing where like she's got this ex-boyfriend, and he's trying to get back together with her, and she's like, no. And then like her current boyfriend breaks up with her. Yeah. Because she said something on the show, and then Salma Hayek, and so he's like, "What the fuck?" And then they break up. So she tries to get back together with the ex-boyfriend, but then he's like, "Nah, like I don't know who's gonna play me on the show, and like I don't want to come off looking bad, so I don't want to do it."
Makes sense. Could be Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That shit's funny, man.
Yeah, well, we know the threat is there, and we're already making fun of it.
Yeah. Fucking Black Mirror, man. Like, that's the thing about Black Mirror is always like they was like, "Oh, it's Twilight Zone." I'm like, no, it's fucking scarier because that shit could happen tomorrow. Like
it's Outer Limits with a twist of John Walsh.
Yeah, like it's just gonna happen.
It's America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
No, yeah, the dog ones. Yeah, it's a fucking.
That's a thing now.
Yeah,
it's a fucking thing now.
It's a thing, and not just that we're dressing them up as fluffy animals. Yeah, it's a thing.
So it's like
we're doomed.
Yeah.
Is that what we're telling ourselves?
Yeah,
by making all this shit, and then getting scared of AIs.
You know what we gotta do? Just gotta read more comics, man.
Yeah,
AI can't affect your comics.
Can they?
Shut up.
Can they?
No, DC got in trouble for that. Like I think they did a whole series of variant covers. They announced them. They got some artists off of the Instagram or something to do them, and then like they found out it's all AI and shit, and so they canceled them. Okay. So it's not happening.
Oh wow!
And then there's fucking accusations that like there's a artist on the Batman book, and he used AI for some of the pages.
Oh boy!
I don't know. I'm on the fence on it because I'm looking at it. I was like, maybe. I don't know.
That's the problem with everything being digital now.
Yeah.
You can't really say, well, not really. I do digital. Yeah. That's the only thing I know how to do. Yeah. Go back to pen and paper.
Should.
Right.
Yeah. But not happening, man.
I got some 11 by 17s at home somewhere.
You got that fucking the
quill,
the graphite, fucking
the graphite,
the little fucking shadings. You just cut it out and fucking stick it on there
for the dots. Yeah. I think I might still have some of that actually.
That's funny.
Might be 20 years old, but still.
Yeah, but yeah. Read more comics, man. Just read comics.
Yeah, I guess. As a proprietor of a comic shop, you kind of have to say that, though.
No, I've always felt that way, even before I owned a comic store.
I mean, it made more sense than watching TV shows, right?
I guess, but
You're
I mean,
more engaged this way.
I
don't know.
I mean, you can make the argument TV shows are better now, but there's just so much.
Can you really?
I mean, to an extent. Yeah. Like, I feel like the golden age of fucking TV was like, in the recent time, it was that little gap where we had fucking Mad Men and we had fucking Breaking Bad,
2010
or something like that. Where it was like, these are like little movies. This is neat. But then, like anything else, the studios were like, people like that. Let's make everything little movies. And it was like
Fargo's and
like, do we need all this?
Yeah, no.
That's the thing. I think it's just too much. Like. Yeah, it's just too much, and there's not enough time in the day, whatever. And like I'll watch things like I'll catch something, and I'm like, this is really good, and this came out like 3 years ago. Like how come I'm barely watching it now?
I'm barely watching it, right? Yeah, I agree because there's shit we missed, we overlooked. Yeah, same thing with comic books. There'll be shit we overlooked. I'm so tired of that shit, dude. Yeah. I don't know what to watch anymore. I really don't. Yeah, I told you I'm rewatching. I rewatched all of South Park because there's nothing else to watch. Yeah. And to tell you the truth, that movie we saw earlier, Boy Kills World, first movie I watched in a long time. Yeah. And it's funny because it was there and I needed to get the screams of these fucking children under my head.
Like, what did we watch on Saturday? Did I watch the movie, movie club? What was it called? The
movie club?
There was that app where you, like, for $5 a month, you can watch as many movies you wanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like fucking like 10 years ago. And it just collapsed really bad. And they made a documentary about it. We watched that on Saturday. It was interesting.
That's kind of too much of the eat the unlimited popcorn shrimp
situation
with Red Lobster. Just so much you can do.
Yeah.
But now we got all these streaming service, so something went right.
Yeah, I guess.
But there's nothing to watch still.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Like even like The Boys is coming back, and I'm just like I was looking at the schedule, and like I think that Batman new J.J. Abrams Batman thing is gonna be on Prime in like August. I'm just like, I'm just gonna wait for that and watch all of it. Like, watch fucking The Boys and fucking,
But you think people aren't gonna come in here and fucking spoil it?
I don't think so. I think that show is like very like niche, or like I think it's like like I think like I know a handful of people that watch fucking Invincible.
Yeah,
I fucking love that show, and it's like
fine.
it's like a handful of people I know watch it. Like
it's good. Oh, you know what? Earlier with what's his name?
Angel.
Yeah. Earlier with Angel, with the acolyte, I really had no plans of watching it. I watched the trailer for that, and I said to myself, all right, cool. And when we said it's a murder mystery, kind of things like happened in the trailer, I was like, all right, cool. I don't think I'm Jedi'd out. I think I'm Star Wars out.
Yeah.
But now I have to watch it because I told him I was going to.
You did tell me you're going to watch it. I got home kind of late last night, and I put it on. I put the first episode on, and I watched most of it. I think I fell asleep at some point. I just remember waking up, and there was like a commercial for fucking Disney Plus. And I was like, oh. I'm like, fuck, all right. And it said, do you want to watch number 2? And I'm like, no, I'm going to sleep. I got to go. Like, it was interesting. It was it looked different than like your typical Star Wars thing.
Yeah, it seems like there's more Senate shit going on.
Yeah. No, it's more like Jedi Council thing.
Jedi Council.
And the thing that's interesting was like you see it like before the way it is in like the movies. Like it's not really a spoiler, but like I thought it was really interesting. Was it like in the beginning you're a small little fucking town in a planet somewhere.
Yeah.
And this character's like, oh, where's your Jedi? And it kind of made it seem like they were like sheriffs. You know what I mean? They were like, oh, you're in charge of this sector. Like, and I'm like, that's kind of interesting because like
back when there was abundance of Jedis, right?
Yeah, because like, well, even the prequels, they were just like, they would travel and do shit. They weren't like in a.
They were ambassadors.
Yeah,
they were like diplomats. They were trying to bridge gaps between shit.
Which this one was more like oh, you're the peacekeeper. Like you need to stay here and deal with this shit. Like, I was like, that's kind of interesting. Like that's a whole different take on,
But that kind of would lead into. I mean, once they get dissolved for the 20th time, they become a little bit more diplomatic, kind of like Templars, you know.
Well, that's what they were, right? In the sense that, like,
Space Templars.
If you really think about it, dude, they're fucking knights, right? They're like that's their fucking title. So I mean, I guess, like,
they're spreading the fucking Christianity across the space.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing I was talking to Mark. Was it like I forgot where I was watching, but they talked about that how like Jedi's, it's like a fucking metaphor for fucking like Christianity and shit because it's like you can have faith in something, but then fucking Christianity comes in and says, no, this is the rules and this is what we do. That's what Jedis did. Like like you kind of get the idea that like before the Jedis, people knew about the Force. They probably didn't even call it that. And they probably like were like, oh, I can move shit, right? Whatever, right? And then some fucking person was like, no, this is what it is, and this is
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's interesting.
Jesus is white.
Yeah. His name is Anakin Skywalker.
And he will be back in 3 days. No. I get it. I agree 100%. I've always been on the side of the dark side myself because I've always thought, dark side just trying to live, man. Yeah. It's the Jedi just fucking shit up. They're the real bad guys. No one believed me. And now everyone's like, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. And it's just kind of like, it's very like, well, it's funny too because when you get that perspective, then like all those movies fucking change for you. Like you're just like, oh shit, like wait a minute, then
If you think about it, Anakin became bad because we didn't let him fuck.
Yeah.
Seriously, right?
No, they did. Oh, that's true.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's it, and that's the only reason.
Well, that and like it was just the whole like. I mean, the whole idea that I thought it was fascinating because it's like a fucking religion because it was like. You can't get married because that creates emotions. And like fucking what's his face? Fucking Yoda's like oh, you're scared. You can't be a Jedi. Yeah. Because fear leads to this, it leads to that.
It leads to the dark side.
Yeah. And you're like, dude, like
Yeah. Well, it's true with society. Yeah. When shit we don't know about, we're scared of. So we're scared of it. We're kind of go away, you know. Living in the South, man. Yeah.
But I thought it was funny, guys. I was talking to Mark about that too. It's like the Jedi, is that their name? Like the name that they go by, or is that their like fucking Jedi name, right? because it's like look at like fucking like you know what I mean, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Was he like Obi-Wan Kenobi, or was it like, oh, you're a Jedi now, you're Obi-Wan Kenobi now? You know what I mean, like
who's old Ben Kenobi?
No, but that's the name he took after.
Oh,
you know,
so we would have to have more prequels.
I have no idea because even in the cause we were talking about it, there's a lot of stuff they don't talk about because like in the Obi-Wan show, he tells Leia he had a brother, and he said like oh, but I was force sensitive, so they took me from my family.
Right.
Who the fuck's his brother?
Someone that doesn't matter. He was like a farmer somewhere. Yeah. Oh wow.
But I mean, if he's the brother of fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi, like that would be like a kind of a big deal, no? Like
not really. Think about like what was that one with David Spade and freaking Chris Farley when they're like kind of brothers?
Oh,
yeah, it's kind of like that. You know, it doesn't really matter.
I don't know. I think it's interesting.
Yeah,
you should do like a comedic movie about that, where like his brother finds out that he was this great hero and shit. And he's just like, oh, get your official Obi-Wan Kenobi fucking robes and like
this is fucking the life of Brian.
Yeah, right. Pretty much, right.
All right, cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, and he goes, oh yeah, and they go, oh, my brother's Jedi. I'm a Jedi too. Yeah, you know, he has a stick.
Yeah.
Instead of a lightsaber. Yeah, I like it.
And then I think when we and Mark were talking about how like, especially the prequels are better because of the extended stuff.
Yeah.
But it's funny because like you have to go back and fuck with shit. Like, and it's like, cause then a lot of it doesn't make sense now because of something they added to it.
Yeah.
Because like Uncle Owen, he knew Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Right. And he was like, fucking stay away from him. Like, don't.
Yeah.
But then like when you watch New Hope, he's like, Luke's like, oh yeah, there's a message for Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he goes, maybe it's old Ben Kenobi. Like, why would you fucking tell him that? Like, right?
Yeah, and then and going the show Obi-Wan, he knows him there too. It's best you stay away from that boy.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah. So it's like,
small little thing. You know what? They're old. They probably have senility, right? And you know they don't drink their ginkgo biloba. So
they're getting too much blue milk.
Too much blue milk. Yeah, you forget little holes in your head. Yeah, it's okay.
It's just funny. Like it's just, I think.
Or maybe there's a story there that we didn't see where they patch things up a little bit.
I mean, maybe
a little bit,
yeah.
You know.
But I just think it's just the whole thing is that like when stories get too big, they fucking that's when you get the holes. That's when you get your fucking like like it's happening with the fucking MCU and shit. Like it's like there's just too much, and you're just like this doesn't make sense because of this. You know?
And you get the new Rockstar guy telling you for half an hour how there's inconsistencies.
You know, it's funny. The more I watch stuff like that, I'm just like, I could fucking do that shit. I could do that shit easy, dude.
All you gotta do is fucking nitpick.
Yeah,
right. That's all it is. Nitpicking.
Yeah. Like there's stuff that like it's funny because I don't want to be that dude, but like there's stuff where he'll be talking about, and I'm like, no, it's this. You're wrong.
Or he goes on a tangent. It could be this totally fucking unrelated thing from a different book that has nothing to do with and
I'm like he'll talk about, in such a book they talk about that. I'm like, nope. It was this.
Just do that show. Be like, you know what? That guy said this.
Yeah,
he was fucking wrong.
He's fucking wrong.
He's fucking wrong.
Fuck that guy.
How do I know? Here it is.
Here it is.
Showing it in number. Right? Call it. No, don't call it new rockstars.
Oh, you fucking
better rockstars.
Better rockstars. Like also basically break down his breakdowns. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
I think that could be a thing.
That could be a thing.
Because here's the thing: if someone were to break down our show, there's a lot of inconsistencies. It could be like, oh shit, no, fuck that guy. He said this on this last episode, but now he said this. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, that's what it is. It's funny. And you know what? I enjoy that stuff to a point, but like it's just like I'll watch it when he like breaks down like movies and stuff. I'm like, that's interesting. But when he breaks down trailers and stuff, I'm like, really? Are we breaking down a trailer?
And those things go like 15 minutes, 20 minutes on a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
You know what? I think these kind of shows, I don't like these kind of shows because of like Chris Hardwick. Remember we used to do those shows after the shows? I hated those things. But then he would have guests on. Yeah. And I liked that part. But then he would start like, where do you think this is going to go? Yeah. Where do you think this is going to happen?
You know what's funny? So when Doctor Who became real big out here, BBC America became a big thing out here.
Yeah.
And so they, for the premiere of the Peter Capaldi run of Doctor Who, they did it for one episode where like they did the fucking Chris Hardwick thing.
With Chris Hardwick?
With Chris Hardwick.
Wow.
And he had like the showrunner and he had one of the actors, I don't know who it was. And it's at the end of fucking the first episode, we get introduced to Missy, which is like the big villain for the fucking, the whole arc, right? And all we know is that this is a British woman and her name is Missy, and that's all we know, right? And so people are like, "Oh, what the fuck? That's crazy, right?" And they're talking about it, and fucking Stephen Moffat's like, "Oh yeah, like it's gonna be our big mystery villain. Like it's gonna carry on through the whole fucking season, and like there's actually messages, there's actually ties into like the previous stuff." And he was going on and on, he's just hyping people up.
Yeah, right? I'm getting excited myself.
And then fucking Hardwick's like, "That's interesting. That's interesting." He goes, "But you know what? I can't help but think like like Missy, is it short for mistress? Is she the master?" And fucking Moffat's like, "We'll see." Like he fucking said that, and I remember like, "Oh, you fucking asshole! Like that's such an asshole move."
Dude, it's written right in front of you.
Yeah.
How can you? I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but like
stating the obvious, grid goal. Cause
but he just fucking like spoiled that shit.
Yeah,
like
he didn't know.
No, he didn't know.
He didn't know.
He didn't know, and he just was like, "Oh," and
he's just being a big nerd.
And they never fucking did another one of those fucking shows again. Like they did not follow up with like, "Oh, Chris Hardwick's like, keep doing it." Like, nope, you're done, Chris Hardwick. Get the fuck out of here. Like,
And he would do that, and like for all those shows, he would guess this, guess that.
Well, the thing is, like with Walking Dead, it wasn't that bad though because there was the comic. So like, oh, in the comic they did this. Like, all right, cool.
But it still fucking annoyed the shit out of me. I'm like, shut up, Dick. I already read it, the comics. I saw this is different now.
I don't know.
It was never aliens.
It's fucking aliens. But yeah, I remember watching that shit live, and I was like, "Oh my god!" You can see it. I fucking like Moffat's face is like, "Motherfucker!" like,
how'd you figure it out?
Like,
he didn't. He just stumbled on it.
Yeah, he just stumbled on it. But they're like, "Dude, shut the fuck up! Like, why would you?" Like,
he's doing his job.
Is that his job?
I'm not one to defend Chris Hardwick. Okay, I'm not one
to
defend him. You know that. Yeah. But in this instance, he was doing his job. I guess. He was just being a big nerd. What he knows about Doctor Who combined with what he sees there. 2 and 2. Hey, maybe you could do this. I probably stifled that way myself too.
Yeah. But I was just like, oh man.
I'm not gonna defend him, but he was doing his job.
It's an epic clip though.
Yeah,
it's an epic clip.
I'm gonna find it.
Like you just see it. Like he's like, motherfucker. Like right. Like.
Does he get it though? Does he understand it? Like when she gives him like the eye. I know what. Never mind. I'll find out. I'll go find it. Yeah, I'm not.
Like, and it's very awkward too, because it's very like once he says it, like it's quiet for a minute, and then he's just like, "Oh, well," but he tries to change the subject.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
he did. Yeah, he's smart.
Yeah,
he's smart. I hate that guy so much.
Yeah,
I hate him so much, right?
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah,
does suck.
Dude, that could have been Dre.
Could have been Dre. It still could be.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate Chris Hardwick. I don't want to hate Dre.
That's true too. I think that was the most disappointing thing of like Chris Hardwick was like he didn't. I kind of tolerated him. Like he did things that I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. He did that bowling thing that was kind of interesting, and like like stuff like that was kind of cool. But then like, I remember when he got canceled and it was like that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then all these people started fucking turning on him, and then they were just like, oh, he's not a real nerd. Like he
never was.
And it's just like he just fucking does a lot of research and shit. I'm like. And I remember, like, that kind of bummed me out because I was just kind of like, oh, you're annoying, but you're into this. And, like, oh, you're not, though. Like,
I kept telling everybody, no one believed me. I told him, he's not real. Yeah. He's not real. But no one said anything.
Like, it's crazy to think that he was so big. And, like, it's the dude from fucking Singled Out. Right? The host of Singled Out.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember Singled Out?
And then he was in
Carmen Electra?
Yeah, it was Danny McCarthy first. And then Carmen Electra, yeah.
Oh, after her falling out.
And then he's in Terminator 3.
Chris Hardwick?
Yeah. He plays one of the fucking engineers or some shit.
No shit.
And he's all fat. That's when he stopped drinking.
So like, he got fat?
He got fat. He looked weird.
In part 3?
Yeah.
Interesting. What the fat? Chris Hardwick.
Fat Hardwick, yeah.
I want to see this.
Yeah. There's this great deleted scene from Terminator 3. Where they're selling the government, they're pitching them on the fucking Skynet and the planes and all that shit, right? And then they're like, oh yeah, and at some point we're gonna be able to create like fucking artificial humans, and then like we're studying this guy, and it's like and it's fucking Arnold, and he's like running on a treadmill,
like a CGI.
No, it's really him, and he's running on a treadmill, and like he
smokes a cigar.
No, they're studying him, right? And then like they cut to him, they're like, "This is our test subject." But I forgot his name.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Gee golly," he's got like a fucking like southern accent. And then one of the generals is like, "Oh, can we do something about the voice?" And then like the lead scientist, he's like, "We'll work on it." And it's fucking Arnold's voice, right?
No.
It's so funny, dude.
Gee, golly.
And I'm just like, why did they cut this out? This is amazing.
This is cinematic history.
Yeah,
right
like,
here.
what are you doing? Like,
Would have made this movie so much better.
so much better.
With him going, gee golly.
Yeah, he has like a fucking southern accent, or it's so weird. It's
So is it like Hercules where they put someone else's voice on?
yeah.
Okay.
But he's got like a mean, like fucking like Midwestern accent. Like it's fucking weird, man.
Is it better than the State Farm fucking advertisement?
It's pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, speaking of that, did you see that that article? Well, what's his face? Original John Connor, fucking Furline, Edward Furline.
Yeah, Fat John Connor.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He was on Michael Ratzenberg's podcast.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, and he was
that guy
talking.
gets everybody. How does he get everybody?
Dude, he goes to a lot of cons, man.
That's true. He does get a lot of con people, huh?
He goes to a lot of cons.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how he fucked himself because he was supposed to be
John Connor
in part 3.
Oh man!
Like, and they offered him like a shit ton of money.
But he was fat.
No. What happened was they offered him a shit ton of money. They made him a contract, and they said like, while you're before you make this movie and while you're making it, you have to stay clean, like no drugs, no alcohol, because he was like a party guy, right?
Yeah.
And so he was like, all right, fuck it, and he signed the contract. And then he said
That same night.
No, he called his buddies up and he goes, I'm making this movie that I can't do drugs and this and that, so like, let's fucking party. And they partied for 3 days straight. And he said that he woke up in the middle of the club on the floor and shit, and like his buddy was like crying, and he's like, what? And he's like, oh, and then he OD'd, and they fucking saved him. They fucking gave him the shot, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so like he's like, oh shit, and so then he gets home, and TMZ's like, oh,
he's dead.
Edward Furlong fucking OD'd in this club. And so he came out and the fucking Sony or Universal was like, nope,
dude, that same night.
No.
Good job, guy.
Yeah. And so, like...
Is that why he got fat and depressed?
Probably.
Or was he fat and depressed before?
I don't know. But, like, yeah. So he ended up losing out on that movie because he couldn't keep it in, you know.
And who got it? Fucking Christian Bale? Or who was it?
No, it was... that was later on. That was the fucking...
Genesis?
Genesis was...
I don't know. It's so many songs.
Yeah. No, Christian Bale was in... Was it Origins? Or what was it called?
I don't remember.
That's the one that they're actually in the future, right? Like the...
Genesis.
No, Genesis was the weird Matt Smith one where Matt Smith was,
right.
the fucking, he was Skynet.
This is I don't remember what it's called.
That's the one with the actress from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Sarah T whatever.
Yeah,
Sarah Connor.
Yeah, Sarah Connor.
Young Sarah Connor.
And old Arnold, because like Terminators get old.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
What was it called? I forgot what it's called. That was the McG one. No, Terminator 3 was the I was like Claire Danes was in it.
Claire Danes.
And then that's when they had the female Terminator.
Yeah.
Like she was like a T-1000, but with the fucking exoskeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she couldn't liquid all the way, but she's
no, but she could shapeshift and she could make weapons and like, but she had a frame, so like I forgot why that helped. Yeah.
Somebody to keep in track of.
Yeah. But that was gonna be like in canon, where like it was gonna be a sequel to part 2.
Yeah.
Where now it's like
a different.
Yeah. Did you ever watch fucking Dark Genesis?
Genesis.
That's the last one.
That's where we're at the end. Like everything goes to shit, and they go in the bunker.
No, that's part 3.
That's part 3.
Part 3. Now, I think it's called Dark Genesis.
Yeah.
Dark something. But in this one, after part 2, Sarah Connor and John Connor go to Mexico.
Yeah, and they train or whatever.
No, they're just kind of like, we're like, oh, we saved the world, right? But then a Terminator got left behind, and he didn't get rebooted, or the timeline didn't fucking erase him, or whatever.
Okay.
And so he continued on, and he kills John Connor as a kid.
Oh no.
And so it's like in the present day, and now in the future, there's this like Latina lady who like she's the new fucking John Connor in this like timeline. She's the one that leads the revolution.
Played by the girl from Dollhouse. Wasn't she, or she was?
Oh no, that was something else.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Was she a Terminator also, or something?
Something, yeah.
No, that's a TV show.
TV show, yeah.
That's a TV show. Sorry.
And so Sarah Connor comes out of hiding
Mhm.
to protect
this child,
this woman.
Yeah.
Well, she's already like a woman. She's already like in her 30s or whatever, right? And so then they go and find.
Wait, a woman already? So
Yeah.
she's old?
Yeah, it's complicated. It's weird.
Is he the age John Connor would have been?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
And so then they go find the fucking Terminator,
Mm-hmm.
and they kill John Connor, and they go and recruit him because there's a Terminator coming after her, and so they need him to help fucking. And that's the weirdest part of that movie because in that.
Why would he help him?
Well, that's the thing because you find
his objective is done, right?
Yeah, so you find out that he's been living, he's been just living as a normal guy, and he sells like mini blinds or some shit, and he's married to this woman, but like she was in an abusive relationship, so he just kind of takes care of her. Okay. So she doesn't realize he's a fucking robot. Like it's fucking weird.
I mean, people in abusive relationships are oblivious.
Yeah, right. So she doesn't realize. And so then, I forget how they find him. I forgot, but they end up like finding him, and then like, he's just like it's a typical Terminator movie.
And he's old. And then they go to some island.
I don't remember. It's something like they fight like on a dam or some shit.
Yeah, something like that, like a bunker.
Yeah,
I kind of vaguely remember it, so I might have seen it, but just forgotten it.
But it's like the same thing. It's like the Terminator 3. Like it's that same kind of like liquid metal, but with a robot frame body. Like yeah,
sure,
yeah. The dude that was Ghost Rider in Agents of Shield. Yeah, he was the Terminator. He was like the bad Terminator.
Oh, it was a guy Terminator. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
But that was a big thing because James Cameron, I think he worked on it. Like he was executive producer on it, and I think it was based off a script or some shit.
Oh.
So the guy doing Deadpool made this movie. But then they were saying like, oh, this is canon because James Cameron fucking worked on it. But then James Cameron was like, when it didn't do well, he was like, no, it's its own thing. Like
James Cameron 1 and 2. Yeah. That's it, right? Yeah. That's after that, it's nothing. It's movie money.
Yeah.
You know,
but I think that's the brilliant thing about Terminator, which I think they need to lean into more, is that it's fucking time travel.
Yeah,
so it's like alternate timelines.
Sure,
you know, like fucking just lean into that shit. Just be like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like it just.
That's how we ended up with Genesis, no? You know that?
Yeah, Genesis was like a whole other timeline.
A whole other timeline, yeah.
Because
they and then Darkness apparently is a whole other one.
Yeah, because they
branching.
Yeah, because Genesis was they sent a Terminator to kill Sarah Connor when she was a little kid. But then that one saved her, and then he's been training her this whole time, and
that's a whole different story. You know, it's not sensitive. Reese doesn't fuck with her.
Yeah,
that was his name, right, from the first one. Reese.
Yeah. Well, he's in that one. He's in that Genesis one.
Is he?
Yeah.
Does he go back in time?
Yeah.
Is that guy supposed to be? Oh, okay.
What's it? The fucking Captain Boomerang.
Yeah.
He's Reese. Yeah.
Interesting. I don't see him as Reese.
I remember the one thing I liked about the Christian Bale one was. There's that whole sequence where he has to go save Reese, and he's like a teenager. He's like a.
Oh,
and then it was
like, yeah.
And then they're like, "Why is this guy so important?" And they're like,
"Fuck your mom." Yeah, later. Right. Yes.
Like he knew, but he couldn't tell them, and I'm like, that was interesting. And I always like that. That one had an interesting subplot where the whole thing was like he was like, "Oh, my mom told me my whole life that I am the savior of this and that."
Yeah.
And he's telling people, and they're like, why? Like, what are you gonna do? And like nothing happened. Like, he never had that moment to like, and like that's fucking interesting because that is very like, oh, you're telling me you're fucking Jesus, but
where's your miracle?
Do something.
Like, where's my water into wine?
Yeah.
All he's capable is starting the loop all over again.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, because it was way too soon. Because when he meets Reese, he's like a fucking teenager. So it's like, oh, I got at least like 10 more years if I could deal with this shit.
See, even back then, AI was fucking a threat.
Yeah,
we just didn't know. But now we know what. Should get AI to fucking write the next
Terminator. That'd be interesting, right?
It'd get it right.
It'd be like Skynet isn't bad. Like,
it is our friend. You gotta lean into Skynet.
Yeah, Skynet's cool.
You know, they'll call it machine learning or whatever we call it.
There you go.
You know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
you know what's funny? I haven't watched that Christian Bale one in so long, and I know it's not accurate, but in my mind, I always remember like I know that there's that CG Arnold that he fights whatever with the fucking smoke that's like covering his junk, right? But I remember like I don't know why I remember him coming out and then like putting the glasses on, right?
Because you want it so bad.
Yeah, I said that to somebody. They're like, "That didn't happen." I'm like, "I'm pretty sure it happened." Like,
I'm pretty sure it didn't.
I mean, it would make sense.
It would make sense, but I'm sure it didn't. Well, it's only in the first two that he does it, right? Like he puts on, like take the biker things.
Well, no, even the first one, he just takes like some dude's clothes. Right? Like it's fucking.
Yeah, he was in a trench coat in that one. It wasn't Cool Arnold.
It wasn't Cool Arnold. I love the third one, right? He steals the fucking strippers' clothes, and then he puts on the glasses, and they're like stars.
It's making fun of it. Yeah. It's aware of itself.
Fucking Arnold.
Yeah, and he was aware of it. Like, he's making State Farm commercials.
Yeah, they just fucking reboot that shit. Just fucking John Cena is fucking it's fucking the Terminator now. Like, you know, like
John Cena, you can't see me.
Yeah.
You know what? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I guess The Rock.
No.
The Rock on everything.
No.
I don't want to reboot it. Don't do it.
I think it's time, man.
I mean, like you said, alternate timelines. Give me an alternate timeline. You know,
it's time, man.
No,
we're getting new cocktails. I mean, like it's time.
We got new Roadhouse. Might as well get a new cocktail.
Yeah, might as well.
Anything Patrick Swayze, freaking any of those heartthrobs from the 80s ever made, you know? Like that, we're going to get new Pretty in Pink.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Can't Buy Me Love. Fuck, you know what? You can't do Pretty in Pink now.
No.
You can't even do Breakfast Club anymore.
Maybe.
Maybe. Man, I don't know.
I think it would. No.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Pretty in Pink would be too PC.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
Get AI to do it.
AI to do it. Like, hey, AI John Hughes. Like,
AI John Hughes. Do it with a modern twist.
Yeah.
Cannot be done.
Yeah. That's how you destroy AI. That's how we defeat the Matrix and shit. Like,
a John Hughes modern day. Impossible. The connotations, the underlying, the underage sex.
Yeah. Well, I think another reason why I think you can't really do those movies is a lot of those movies, like, I saw a documentary about him one time, and he was talking about how he would make these movies where he just be listening to music, and then he would like create the soundtracks for these movies before he wrote the movies. Like he had like a general idea, and I think a lot of that had to do with those 80s music. You know,
yeah.
Like, I think like, can you do that now? Like
with the mood. No, because it's all the same thing now.
Is it though?
It's a lot of the same thing. Yeah. I mean, you know what? Thinking about it, you probably can. You know what? But you just have to get someone that's not in their own, like, aren't stuck in their own genre, if you will, of music. If you're willing to open up and understand how story structure goes, and you could listen to several music in a row and figure it, I think you can.
Yeah, maybe.
I think you can.
But I mean, I don't know if it would have that same vibe as like the fucking, John Hughes.
Well, here's the thing about the 80s. 80s music kind of had the same synthic beat, if you will.
Yeah.
If you want to do that now, you would go with one of those basically like Bad Bunny kind of, that would be that kind of music, which is now the popular thing.
That's the thing,
Or
fucking Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Some tea sizzle. Well, obviously you'll get some money that way.
But the thing is, I think you're right. You can't remake those movies. Like you couldn't do fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off today.
No.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, especially with like AI now, that car would be tracked left and right, dude. Yeah. The dad would know exactly where that car was at. Yeah.
Ferris.
Yeah, and principles like that don't exist anymore.
No,
and they're full on pedophiles.
Yeah. Did you see the thing? I guess it was like known. I guess because it's like in the Beetlejuice musical. I guess in the musical they go back to the house because her mom dies.
Oh shit!
Or something that's in the musical. But like in the movie, like the dad dies.
Oh.
And they're going back to fucking
to
the house, and so I was like, oh. And once I read that, I was like, oh, because
you can't
have him. You can't bring him back.
Yeah. So when's that coming out?
September, I think.
I guess that. Yeah. Okay.
I'm kind of looking forward to that. Looks
The Crow.
You know, I'm gonna watch it.
You're gonna go?
I'm gonna watch it.
That's
I'm not excited for it.
Dude, after watching him in Boy Meets World, whatever it's called.
Boy Kills World.
Yeah, Boy Kills World. I'm kind of excited, dude. The kid got shredded.
Yeah. He made that Crow movie like right after.
I wish I had some cheese so I could just go like this and grind some shit.
Yeah, he made that Crow movie like right after this one.
Yeah, he's gonna still be shredded.
Yeah.
If I ever meet him, dude, I'm gonna be like, hey man, I got some Parmesan. Let me see them abs.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Those weird eyes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look into his eyes. Or maybe I will. Yeah,
weird eyes. Yeah.
Do it left and right. Anyway, we're going to a real. We'll come to an end here. Anything happening in 2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now.
Though the 15th, if we have we should have talked about last week again, like we always do.
Yeah.
The poetry reading thing.
No, it's an open mic.
Open mic? Is that what we're calling it?
It's comedians, musicians, poetry.
Maybe we should promote that last week.
We probably should have.
Because What's next week? The 7th?
This Saturday, the 7th, or the 8th.
No, so today's the 5th.
Yeah.
Plus 7 is the 12th.
12, yeah.
And so it's that weekend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Horrible. How was that show? It was fantastic.
It was amazing.
I guess this is a drawback of freaking recording ahead of schedule.
Right. Yeah.
We should have had Vicky on and be like, "Oh, guys, come on in and join the festivities."
Yeah. It'll be fun.
It'll be fine. It's next weekend.
No, it's
Well, technically, it's next weekend for us, but you listening here now, it was last weekend, and
it was amazing.
Yeah. Look at the Instagram pictures.
Yeah.
Peter took so many pictures.
Videos, live interviews.
Should we do videos?
I mean, we could.
We just like record them.
Someone actually told me like they messaged me. They're from out of state. They're like, "Are you gonna live stream this?" I'm like, "Oh, I mean, I guess we could."
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know if there's like some legality behind that. I'd be like, "Hey, is it cool?"
I mean, if it's gonna not be saved, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If we find like they're doing like stuff we can't, because we have to sign contracts, then cut them out.
Yeah.
But have clips maybe.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Could be fun.
We're not very good at this, but
no, not at all.
Yeah, we're trying.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're still trying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the month, anything?
No, not right now. No.
This place is boring.
Yeah.
No events.
And we do have events, but they're too early.
Too early. So that means we talk about next week.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my God.
We'll see.
We'll be ahead of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we still got to do. I got like no time left, but still want to do that thing with Mr. Limon that we haven't done yet. But I want to go record it.
Let's go to Riverside.
We just have to fucking suck it up and go.
Yeah. We'll go hang out with Emily Mata too. If I can call her up and be like, "Hey,
she lives over there."
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. She'd probably be down. She likes stuff like that.
Yeah.
Take a Monday off.
Okay.
I'll take a Monday off.
You
know what? I go figure this shit out. And take a Monday off or
I just won't.
Come in here.
Yeah. Won't see Jerry. Be fine.
He'll miss you.
Yeah.
I gotta figure it out.
All right.
I need at least 2 weeks to get Monday off, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Right.
Yeah.
There
you go.
Yeah. We still got like a minute left.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. This was all done by AI.
Yeah. do.
Shutting down. And to anyone still listening, why? Thank you very much. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon.
Bye.